Okay, we are live. Thank you so much for bearing with me. Everyone, welcome to Sistah2Sistah podcast. Episode whatever, I don't know. We have so much to talk about today. It is quite crazy. So, the most thing that we're going to talk about today is Trump and he's been in office a year and a half, I think, maybe?
Somewhere around there.
And he has just, everything that he's done has been, just like the worst to the left. And all of these policies, I don't want to sound like the left when they say, Obama, when he came into office, this was not Trump's, but Bush's economy. He's just trying to fix a mess that he created and da-da-da-da. When, honestly, it wasn't true. It wasn't really true. I mean, in a sense it was, but he had 8 years to fix it. What Trump is going through right now is policies that are put into place that are a law. This is a law. If you don't claim asylum and you are caught sneaking across the border, they don't want to put the kids in jail. So that's what they do. They separate the kids because they don't want the kids to be there in jail with the parents. So it's literally a law. And they're acting like this is brand new. They're acting like this didn't happen under the Obama administration and put into place by Bush at the end of his term. So all this hubbub that's going about regarding this whole immigration thing, what is your take on it, JT?
I think that here in, let's say, a few years, there's going to be someone that commits a crime who has children, and they are going to show some type of sympathy because his children are going to be taken away from him. They're going to be separated.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to try and use that to get a lighter sentence or something. I mean, do they not think of the precedent that they're setting? Like, people with brains and criminals with brains that are clever and cunning will exploit this. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, it's only going to be a matter of time before all these children that are crossing the border illegally with complete strangers, they're going to grow up and say, why didn't you do more? I was sex trafficked and human trafficked all across the United States and y'all didn't do anything about it.
Right.
That's going to happen. And then some clever con man criminal is going to try and use, but I have children, don't separate me from the children argument, and then they're going to actually probably listen to him because, well, we did it for them, we gotta do it for him, and he's a U.S. citizen. And I mean, that's what I'm thinking. This whole time I'm thinking somebody in the future is going to take advantage of this, and it's going to be the wrong person you want on the street.
Yeah.
There's already children being hurt because these bleeding heart liberals want to just let everybody in. And then they're saying, oh, but they're ripping these children, these infants. I'm like, first of all, they're not infants, okay? That's just, I mean, whatever. I know there are some babies, but whatever. Majority of them are by themselves. They're teenagers. And if they are children, then if you cross the border illegally and you make the 2,000-mile trip from Central America through Mexico to get to the border just to cross illegally, you deserve to get your children taken away from you. And they spent the whole summer going across Arizona. And she had, let's say...
crossing the border with adults, those are not their parents or guardians. They are just children caught up in a horrible human trafficking. Putting their feet...
No.
I know they don't want to know.
They literally just see the children crying and then their hearts start to bleed.
Yeah, and then they don't see the bigger picture. Yeah, if you let them be with that person, they may be raping them, you know, over and over and over again. You don't know. We are thinking about the bigger picture. Yes, there's children that are coming here that may need help, you know, but the adults that are with them need to know how to do it right. So claim asylum.
You is go to a port of entry. If you go through Mexico, it's about 2,000 miles. Only to get to the border, and it's not a port of entry. You're telling me you can't go another 50 miles sneaking across the border. If they would just go where they're supposed to, everything would be fine. This would not be a controversy at all. That's what makes me so mad. And I don't understand. Because back when immigration wasn't this problem, the people that came to America with $50 in their pocket and a dream, they worked their butts off to become citizens. And these people who just want to come here, they are already taking shortcuts. They're not even here yet. I don't think we want that type of people in the country that are constantly looking for shortcuts and a way around things just so they can make it easier. That right there is why not pay taxes and then just sit there living off the government, living off of us. So they're too poor, they don't have any taxable income because everything's under the table so they can hide it. So they have technically no income coming in, so therefore they get food stamps and Medicaid and school lunches and everything because they are already looking for shortcuts. They want an easier life. That's why they're leaving these places. Now I know it is just crime ridden and drug ridden and they got MS-13 just out the wazoo down there. I understand. But if you're trying to get away from that, why did you go 2,000 miles through Mexico? Why didn't you just stop at Mexico?
Yeah. But what Mexico needs to realize is that their country is broken. And they're the ones that need to step up and fix it. America is not the world police. You know, I know that we tried to have that role maybe a long time ago, but now that this guy is in president, I think he's not having it. So do what Egypt did, do what Libya tried to do what Venezuela is trying to do now, and protest your government. And it may take decades for it to happen. Who knows how long it will take, but change will come if you stand up to your government. If they are not doing a good job with the drug cartels, the murders, the MS-13, whatever it is, just freaking do something about it. Stop trying to come here and then bring your problems here. We don't need no more problems. We may be doing good as far as, you know, whatever this country is doing, but why add more problems to the mix? Like, the people that are most affected by MS-13 are the peoples from those countries, like Mexico, Guatemala, you know, all Central America, stuff like that. So if you want to do something about it, go to your own country, demand change. Protests work, strikes work, you know, whatever you have to do to send a message to your government for them to do something. I mean,
but it's harder for them. They don't have the right to protest. They don't have freedom of speech.
Yeah, I know they don't. I know that they don't. But it's not so bad to where it's like an Islamic country, you know, or
yeah, like London.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, even London, they protest for Tommy Robinson. Hopefully he's okay.
I know, but they all go to jail, or England, or wherever that.
But again,
have a gay day and she got arrested.
Yeah, I know, but still, it's not that bad. It's not. But they don't do anything. If they can go out and do all these crime and do all these drugs and stuff like that, they have a little bit of leeway, to do what they need to do. Because if Venezuela can do a protest, even though lots of people were shot, they were killed, people are starving, they're hunting cattle, they broke into the zoo, all this other stuff, if they can protest, Mexico can protest. So, or whatever they have to do.
Mexico isn't really as bad as Honduras and Guatemala. That's where all these people are coming from. But it's going to be hard for Hondurans and all those people in Central America to protest. It's different from Mexico.
I understand that, and I get that, but still, this is a problem because they're coming here, they're taking up our... I know this sounds heartless and cold and everything, but they're taking up our resources that are meant for citizens.
I don't think it's heartless or cold.
I know, but people will say that it is.
I pay taxes for the United States of America and our citizens. Period. That's what I agreed to. I did not agree to pay for millions of immigrants that are literally... Okay, let's not say millions. Let's say hundreds of thousands. Because not all of them are just feeding off the system. But you can't tell me that none of them are. And I believe a majority of them are. Because I see way too many just in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you how many people who can't speak a lick of English who are on Medicare and Medicaid. Both of them.
Mm-hmm.
They have Medicare and Medicaid. Can't speak English.
Not at all.
Now, to become a citizen, don't you have to learn how to speak a little bit of English?
I believe so.
Just a smidgen? Okay. Unless they are really, really good liars. And that deer in the headlights look is just an act when I'm talking to them, they are good. They don't need to be an immigrant. They need to be in the movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, more than likely, us living in Texas and all, bordering Mexico, it's more than likely that they just are not citizens and they don't speak English. But that's just my opinion, But it's amazing to me how I think we're literally the only country in the world that have people that are sympathetic to illegal immigrants. Like, I don't know a place.
We are literally the only ones, Sandra.
Because everywhere else, like if you try to go to Mexico, they throw you in jail if you try to get there illegally.
There are people in Mexico protesting us. I'm like, y'all have harsher immigration than us. Why are you not protesting your president? That blew my mind.
Yeah. I saw that.
They are protesting us.
In
their
Mexico.
President won't let nobody in. Well, you know what? They will only let people in if they're coming here.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason why they let them in. And I think the only reason why they're letting them in is because old dumb Donald Trump pissed them off.
Yep. Probably.
If he would just shut up.
I really wish he would.
It would be a lot easier to defend him. But he has the biggest mouth and he contradicts himself every other day. How, and especially like on this, I was like, how do you say we need more Republicans, we need to get this immigration bills, like work on it, fix it, and then the very next day said, never mind, let's just wait until we get more Republicans. Like,
because he says whatever he thinks, he says it. He doesn't think before he says it. And whatever strategy he was trying to do, I know whatever strategy he's trying to do, it don't work. I mean, I don't know what he's thinking, because he can change his mind at the drop of a hat. But he really needs to, and I hope he learns from this and does right, which he probably won't.
He's not.
But he really needs to tone down his language. I understand that, we have freedom of speech, all of that good stuff. But if you are just going to pop off the mouth every single time you have something to say.
It's not helping.
It's not, because like I want to pop off at the mouth at these customers I talk to every single day, but I'll get fired. There's a time and a place for that. Some of his tweets were good, but some of them, even though they might be true, they just piss people off because of the way you say it. There's a way to say things and a way to get your message across without looking like a stupid head, you know? But he don't want to do that. I don't. I mean, you know, and I appreciate that he's not this presidential type of person, but I mean, you can still be that brash, in your face person while being respectful, you know? It's just,
yeah, like me.
Yeah, well, I mean,
be like me.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. But
oh, I'm a lot better than him.
I know, and it all started because one person tweeted out fake news of these children in holding cells, and this was from 2014. Because I remember seeing the tweet. It was like over 100,000 retweets, over 200,000 likes, or something like that. It was massive. And then they did a reply to their own tweet saying, "Oops, this is from 2014." It only got like a few thousand retweets. They see what they want to see, and then they always put in the correction, and then they think that it's okay. But just because of that one spark of a lie, it created a wildfire, and now we have a controversy on our hands because Trump doesn't care about the kids.
That's a strategy that's very well known. Mm-hmm. It's like whenever you are like the defendant and you're representing him, and you spout off all these things, and like the plaintiff is like, "I object," but it's too late. The jury already heard it. Mm-hmm. And the judge has to say, "Hey, disregard that. Don't consider it in your decision." But it was already said. That's going to be in their brain.
Yep.
And it may still factor into their decision.
Yep.
I mean, this has been done for centuries. It's been done for centuries. And the Democrats have perfected it immaculately.
Yeah. And then there was I was listening to Ben Shapiro, I think it was a Time Magazine article. I can't remember what article it is. But they're spouting all of these data and facts that happened under the Obama administration. Everything that was happened during the Obama administration. And they mentioned Trump either 10 or 12 times, 10 or 11, I can't remember. And then in the very last sentence, or the very last paragraph, they said all of this happened in 2014, and they didn't mention Obama once. They said it happened in 2014 under his administration, but they didn't say him by name. And now what does that say? It says that they are trying to make Trump look like the bad guy, even though this is something that has been going on ever since Trump.
Call them fake.
Yeah. And you wonder why people call it fake news. It is fake news. And people are getting hip to it, but you know, a lot of people eat this stuff. They eat it up, and they just.
Speaking of Time Magazine, that cover.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they have already. You know, they know the name of the child. They know that the mother and the little baby girl was never separated, even though that's what was depicted. Mm-hmm. They've interviewed the baby's father. And she has, I think, 2 or 3 other children, but I think they're older. Now,
why did she take that young child?
Exactly. That's number one. Why did you take your youngest child 2,000 miles through Mexico? Number 2, the father said he didn't even know she had left him. He didn't even know. So number 2, she technically kidnapped that child. She kidnapped her child and brought her 2,000 miles through Mexico when she has 2 or 3 other children who are older. Also, she can get to the border, leave her husband, still kidnapping. Don't care if you're her mother, that is still kidnapping. And you bring the youngest child for those sympathetic liberal tears so you can get your butt through the border. That is why she did it. That is irresponsible. Her daughter should have been taken away from her, and she should be in jail for crossing the border illegally and kidnapping.
Yep, and child
That is
endangerment.
literally, and child endangerment. That is literally 3 felonies.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry, 1 misdemeanor unless she's crossed the border more than once. Then it's a felony. But let's just give her the benefit of the doubt and
And
let's
I
just say
think
that this is her first time.
the article says she was just looking for a better job. I'm like,
she left her husband and her children.
yeah, and that's the excuse she gave. I was just looking for a better job.
And her husband
in America? Why don't you find a job in Mexico? Dude, I mean,
and then wait, if you are looking for a better job, what you have to have a visa.
Yeah.
You can't just come up here and go to work.
I know, but they don't care about that. She's thinking, oh, I got this young child. That means I'm going to be on the benefits the longest. So let me go ahead and bring her across this dangerous journey.
You know what? I'm remembering bits and pieces of this story. I think, the husband probably did know, but he did not want her to go. I remember them saying that he didn't want her to go. So he probably did know. I don't want to spread fake news like them.
Well, I mean, even if he didn't know, if he did know, it's like, why would the mother do something like that to her child? Like, what if they got robbed or something? What if MS-13 or a drug cartel pick them up? And then this little girl's going to be raised by MS-13 gang banging and stuff. Or become another sex traffic victim. Because it's going rampant in Mexico and the United States. Sex trafficking is a problem.
I'm waiting for the day where there's going to be a whole panel of young women who's going to blame Trump, of course, even though he's trying to fix it, that they were sex trafficked all around the United States and they did nothing about it. They turned a blind eye, even though he is the one that's trying to stop it.
The people that are turning a blind eye, there was a person that worked on, I don't know, some famous Hollywood TV show or something like that. She was in a sex trafficking ring as one of the ringleaders. And she was all on Twitter doing hashtag Me Too, or as they say, pound Me Too. Yeah. Yeah, these people that are silenced regarding sex trafficking and human trafficking, they're the ones that be in it. Kidnapping little kids, selling them to pedophiles and stuff. That's exactly what they've been doing. And Hollywood is full of them. And so that's
proven that.
Yeah, and that's why they want all of these they don't want them to be separated from the family, from the parents or the guardian, whatever it is, and they don't want them detained together either. So the only other option is let them go free in America. No, we ain't gonna have that. They're not citizens.
It never affects the people who are well off. Because if they increase taxes to help pay for all this stuff, that doesn't hurt them. And then plus they are literally wanting all these people to come in for labor.
Labor and votes.
Labor. They want cheap labor and then blind, idiotic votes.
Yep.
Period.
Yep. Because there's so many illegals that vote. So many. They get away with it. I don't know how they get. I don't know if they get fake IDs, if they use dead people, but they vote. They do. I live in Texas. I know. Okay. Somehow they get registered to vote, whether it be with Democrats' help or whatever.
Well, Republicans aren't helping them, so yeah, it's Democratic help.
I mean, it is literally
even independents are like, nah, I don't know about that.
Yeah. Libertarians wouldn't either. Dude.
They would do everything they could to turn them in.
What's up, Simon? How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. I know this is probably about the time where YouTube notifies everyone that I'm live. It's so annoying.
30 minutes in.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
It happens. But
we're only talking about one topic, so.
Immigration and Trump supposedly separating children, blah, blah, blah. And then, what got me whenever I showed you that picture that Mexican citizens in Mexico going to the U.S. Embassy in Mexico City protesting us. They were wrapping the children in it, like it was like little dolls, like baby dolls. And they wrapped them in foil because that's the picture that's been going around. It's like no one knew this was happening because no one reported it except for right-wing news sources. All those pictures that you see that people tried to blame on Trump was from right-wing sources like Breitbart, freaking maybe Mediaite or The Blaze. All of these right-wing outlets knew that this was happening and reported it, but since everyone thinks on the left that any right-wing news source is fake news, they just didn't pay attention to it. But now it's fact, and now they're trying to use it against Trump, and it's working, and it's so frustrating. They didn't get mad at Obama when it happened, and he was doing it worse. He was doing it way worse. The conditions were bad, and he got sued for it. That's the craziest part about it. He got sued.
You literally got sued.
He got sued for it, and the media was like, that looks bad for Obama, so we're not going to report on it. They may have had something on page 16A of the New York Times about it, some small little paragraph, but that was it. And they're like, no, we reported on it, but no, you put in the back. You didn't have no breaking news. Nothing. They will do breaking news about Trump any day. About Stormy Daniels, about, but he drinks Diet Cokes and eating McDonald's. They did that.
I know. They had breaking news over 2 scoops of ice cream.
Ice cream. But if Obama does something that is really egregious and, lacks human decency, we don't want to talk about that because Obama is God. Get out of here. It's so frustrating. So frustrating. And then that Time magazine cover, they're like, okay, this is fake news. We interviewed the father. We interviewed the mother. She wasn't separated from them at any time. And then the husband knew where they were. Right? It doesn't matter if it's fake. It's still happening. I just want to
Wow, really? It doesn't matter if it's fake?
Yep. They will say it's still happening, so it's bringing light to the situation. They are excusing.
Wait. Yep. Where were all these lights in 2014?
They weren't there. They didn't report on it, so they didn't know. Batteries? They didn't
have any batteries for their lights. I mean, that's what gets me. It was like, this has been going on. There are already children that have been probably sex trafficked for 4 years already. 4 years, because they turned a blind eye. Their job is to bring light on everything. So they are a tool to solve problems. That's what they're supposed to do. But they didn't shine lights on anything for 8 years. And now we have this huge, gigantic problem because they didn't do their job.
It's true.
Like, we were missing a whole bunch of screws in this bed, and now when we get ready to go to sleep, the bed just completely falls apart. That was a horrible analogy, but you know what I
mean. But here's the thing, though. What gets me, I'm going to talk about the media again. When did the media become so corrupt to where they want to push an agenda? When did it become
Obama? No. I think it started with Clinton.
I think so. I think that's about the time when it started. The table started to turn because I guess whatever agenda they were having, they had their moment, and they were like, okay, now's our time. Let's go ahead and get in the media's pockets, and they can be in our pockets, and everything else. And it's even innocent things like history. They're changing history too. They're literally trying to change history because, everyone says that the party switch is a thing. It's not true. I can't think of it.
I mean, it is the easiest thing to disprove. Really all you have to do is, okay, whatever time it was. I'm not good with dates, but just go to that time period. Okay, and you said that the party switched, right? Okay, whoever was in office when it was time to vote again, on bills and policies, Just see how they voted. They never voted differently.
Nope.
The parties never switched.
It didn't
It is so easy to disprove, and millions upon millions of people believe it because some hoity-toity liberal professor had this theory and they believed him.
Yep. It's
mind-boggling.
And they take little bits and pieces of truth, right? They just take bits and pieces of truth to try and I guess justify their history. Like there were some right-wing people, yes, that were in that time frame that were registered Republicans that were racist. Okay? Just because there's those few doesn't mean anything. The parties never switched. There are racist Republicans right now who identify as Republicans. They believe in the same things that I do. They just don't like black people. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The parties never switched.
You can hate me all you want to. You can look at me, call me names, do whatever you want. Well, not do whatever. You can say whatever you want. But until you act on it, that's when we got a problem. And that's why I don't understand why everybody, well, I understand why because they're stupid. But everybody's saying that Donald Trump's a racist, he's a bigot, he's a homophobe. I'm like, he can say anything he wants. Remember that first thing we called an amendment? He can say whatever he wants. It may sound bad, but until he acts on it, that's when you can say that he's a racist, bigot, homophobe. But he hasn't. There is nothing in his actions.
What? I hate black people. You know, there's nothing. And for people to say otherwise, they just want to be, they just have party loyalty, you know? They don't really care about, you know, what's going on in the world. They don't have any vested interest in, you know, making America better. They just want to win. And, you know, there are some right-wingers that do that too. You know, they just want to start arguments online and stuff like that, and you know, all of that. But
we calling them out too.
Yeah, we're calling everyone out. If you're one of these people that just want to see, you know, the other side lose, and you don't want to see the betterment of America with different policies and different legislative action, then you're part of the problem. Yeah, and it's and you're making this whole immigration separation, or whatever you want, illegal immigrant, whatever you want to call it, thing worse, because you're looking like the bad guy, you know? So it's just really frustrating, because people who are in the know that pay attention can see what's happening, and then the left is just in their little echo chamber bubble. And they don't want to hear nothing. They don't want to. If you do bring up facts and reason, they call you a Russian bot or a Nazi. It is so bizarre.
Goodness. That's another thing we need to talk about.
What?
Calling everybody Nazis.
I mean, it's been happening since 2016.
I know, but this is not going to end well. There's going to be, and everybody knows we have a mental health issue. I mean, we just had some massive shootings. You know what I mean? Everybody says, oh, it's a mental health issue. Everybody was in agreement with that. I didn't see anybody say, no, we do not have a mental health issue. No one said that.
No one.
Sorry. And for them, knowing that we have a mental health issue, to call everybody Nazis is a problem, because some mentally ill person is going to believe you because you literally say it every single day, and they're going to want to punch a Nazi. They're going to want to kill the Nazis. They are going to find a way to hurt the Nazis.
Yeah, it is.
I don't understand
what they are doing. It has already happened.
I know.
It has
remember
already
that baseball game a year ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I remember.
And then Antifa is like, anyone who agrees with Trump is a racist Nazi. And then you saw my Twitter exchange with that one random person on the internet.
Lord Almighty.
They literally thought that I was a racist because I support Trump. Do you see my afro? Do you see my skin? How in the world would I be a racist against my own kind, my own people? I love black people. I would love to find a black man that's a conservative, that's cute, with muscles, tall,
and rich.
Yeah, that too. You know, that's a bonus. You know, it's not necessary, but it's a bonus. You know, but you know, there's just, you know, it's just. I mean, all these guys right now that are black, they vote left, even though we've talked about this before. But most black guys will vote Democrat, even though everything that they do is right wing. Everything.
And black men are a special group because black women they think, act, and do things liberally.
Yep.
That's just the way they are. As a majority, that's the way they are. But black men, I mean, if you know a handful of black men, which one of them does not have a side hustle?
Yeah.
I mean, name like two. Can you name two that doesn't have a side hustle, who is an entrepreneurial spirit, who's not trying to give all their money away? I was like, I'm trying to make money. I'm not trying to give my money away. I mean, everything that I just said is so conservative. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't get it. Yeah. I don't get it.
Yeah, because Simon in chat says most black people, period. I don't think that, because with black men, they love guns, they love the entrepreneurial spirit, they want a family, and they want to provide for that family no matter what. With women, they think that men are dogs, and you know they're gonna get theirs, and you know that's just and you know from what I can see, you know. I just think that most of the women that I have met have this an impression that we owe them something, you know, that somebody owes them something. So they think liberal to me. Not all of them, of course, but most of the black women I've met think that they are owed something because they're just these special creatures that are powerful and, you know, and also oppressed and systematically all this other jargon going on. Yeah, so I disagree with you there, but I can see how some of them do. But yeah.
Okay. Hashtag not all. Whatever.
Hashtag not all. But yeah.
Did I say all? I didn't say all of them.
I know, but he thinks that most black people, period, think conservatively.
No, I thought you were talking about me.
No, Simon. I said Simon in chat, girl.
I'm sorry.
Also, purple monkey dishwasher. I like her screen name.
Is that a name?
Yeah, what? It's a screen name. Purple monkey dishwasher. Is that? Let me
wait. Did you do like the hat, noun, and verb challenge? You just pulled from a hat.
Oh, maybe.
It was like monkey. Okay, now a color. Purple. Yes. True. And now an appliance. Refrigerator. No, I don't like that one. Dishwasher. Yes.
That's enough. He says hip hop should be considered right wing. It's all about guns and making money and independent strength. Hey, except for the killing part and objectifying women, it would be right wing. It would be the whole objectifying women part. I don't get every single song in hip hop is about money, clothes, sex, and women and materialistic things, which is, I guess, capitalism. I guess rap is very capitalistic, but
I guess you can think of it that way.
Yeah.
Stretch, but okay.
But I mean, anyways, also Simon.
I see what you're saying, but I mean, wow.
Yeah, Simon also says he blames a large amount of no fathers. Yes, the black community is struggling with single mothers. 72%. It's 72 or 75% of black children are born without fathers. Me and JT and Aisa, Jonica, who, you know, all of our siblings were blessed enough to have our father in our lives, and I thank God for it. He is the rock in our family. I love him so much. Thanks for the money that you gave me about a week ago. So, yeah, he's a great guy, dedicated, husband and father. He's great. I hope to find a man like that one day. There's a gnat in here. Whoa.
One can only hope.
One can only hope.
It's like people like my dad are becoming extinct.
Yeah. That work with their hands. I mean, there's a lot of dudes that work with their hands and, fix stuff and all this other things. But Daddy's just like searched where he sought it out. He's like, I gotta fix something. I gotta build something. And that's what he does. He doesn't,
Like, if I can fix and build things more than the man I'm dating, I don't know if it's going to work. If he has to call AAA because he has a flat tire, it's I don't know about that. I just don't think I could.
Yeah,
I would look at him and say, why didn't you learn this? I'm a chick. How do I know and you don't? I was like, okay, I bought my ceiling fan went out. Okay, I need to call an electrician to have it installed. I'm like, what? Just give me the screwdriver and go sit down.
The ceiling fan in my room, I tried to take it down, but they have this special, like, little brace on there, and no tool that I can think of, unless you have one of those snake ones, can fit in that thing. I had the ratchet ready. I had the bit ready to I ain't got the money to buy that, man.
Oh my goodness.
It was frustrating because I had it down and I was ready to put in a special light fixture, but I brought the fan back because I'm hot all the time, so I have that fan on constantly. And then yesterday the chain broke on it.
Girl,
yeah.
I mean, you gonna have to replace the whole fan before you move out.
I know. The chain broke on it. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. Simon in chat says, city dudes are a special breed of soy. They think it's normal to quote my granny, useless. They think it's normal to now know how to take care of a house. Oh, I don't want no person that's, it's nice if a guy can clean, but every once in a while, I'll do the rest. And then also Purple Monkey Dishwasher, my favorite screening, says, yeah, life without a father was rough, even though I had a great stepdad in the house later on. There's a lot of man stuff I don't know how to do. But that's sad. YouTube helps, I guess. Yeah. I hate for that to, be, in order for you to figure out something, it would be great to, learn that from your father. My daddy tried to teach me car stuff, but I'm just like, nope, not having it.
I always was fascinated by it because Daddy would be out there fixing on that van when he had to replace the engine. Mm-hmm. And I was always out there just like, how on earth do you know that screw goes there? How do you know that?
Exactly. That's why wasn't it. I know how to change a tire. I know how to change my oil, which is so easy in my car. I know how to. That's about it. Change my tire, change my oil. That's about all I can do as far as I know. Maybe I have to try and refill my refrigerant. I haven't tried that yet, but
I'm sure you know how to change your battery.
Oh yeah, I can do that. It's car. Oh my gosh, it's so. My battery's in a weird place.
No, under your passenger seat.
Yeah, under my passenger seat, and I have to take off the little floor mat, and then I have to peel the floor forward, and it's annoying.
Retarded.
But it is. But I like my car. I don't care. I'm not good. I get. No one's really watching. I have a smart car. I love my car. But yeah, let's get back to the topic. Trump separating the children. So, I was looking at the pictures of the conditions back in 2014, right? I was looking at that. It looked pretty bad, okay? It looked pretty bad. The full blankets, whatever, that looked bad. Now, from what I hear, they have TVs. They have they
were playing video games.
I know, they were watching the World Cup. They're
out there playing soccer.
I know, they have school. They have, access to a whole bunch of stuff. When before they were just literally sitting there and they were just separated by sex and
in cages.
Yeah, in cages, literal
Barack
cages.
Obama cages, by the way.
Yeah, they really are on vacation. They really are. And it may not be the conditions, where you can just get out whenever you want to and, go to down the street and get, a McDonald's burger or whatever, or Happy Meal, whatever. But the conditions look pretty good. And granted, not all of them are superb and great. But the majority of them are, as far as I can tell from the reports. Because what's the name?
We can only pay for so much. And if you ask me, I think we should just shut all that crap down, save some money, and just go and buy like 50 buses. If you ask me. Send them back.
Yep.
And
send them back to their real parents.
And if they sneak across the border,
felony.
They literally get their photos taken, fingerprints, and they get sent on a bus. They may have to wait, 2 or 3 days to make sure the bus is to full capacity. But we should go and buy 50, probably, let's just say 100 buses. And just, hire some people and just go round trips, just back and forth.
Because some of them are from Guatemala, some of them are from,
I know. All we have to do is maybe even, like, if there was an arrangement, like at a spot, like in central Mexico, there was like, okay, Mexico, y'all got it from here, bye.
Exactly. There should be a joint effort. Because the president of Mexico over there, he knows what he's doing. He wants those illegal immigrants to go over there so they can bring this American money back to their economy.
Well, there's nothing going back to the Mexican economy.
Well, I mean, because there's always family members behind that they send money to. Yeah. That's always the case. One person leaves, one person stays behind. That's what that woman was doing. I don't know if she was leaving him, because I don't think.
But they weren't in Mexico.
Where were they?
They were. I don't know. It wasn't Mexico. It was Central America. The issues, a majority of the issues are coming from Central America.
Okay, but still, it's not. They still send money back to their.
I know.
Huh.
So, like I said, we just need to get some buses.
Yeah.
And then, why are housing facilities in Pennsylvania? What the crap? Why?
What about them?
I mean, they should all be on border states. In border states. Why would you take a whole bunch of women, children, and just all kinds of people waiting for hearings and stuff to Pennsylvania?
No,
that's a lot of money.
There's a really huge problem of MS-13 in Maryland.
That has nothing to do about people illegally crossing the border right now.
I know, but it's still illegal immigrants. It is still illegal immigrants.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. But the people that are crossing the border illegally right now, we have to put them somewhere. We can't leave them out just outside. So we have to put a roof over their head. Why are we sending those people that are crossing in Arizona all the way to Pennsylvania?
Well,
why?
Simon has a good point. Is this probably spread the workload around? If there's more courts handling the cases, they get deported faster. There you go.
Why aren't there just more on border states?
There probably are. I mean, we can't really depend on California because they just, send them in here and they're like, oh, welcome, we're a sanctuary state. If you kill someone, we'll try and protect.
The border counties are pretty much conservative, so we can put one right there.
No, they're not. No.
The border counties in California.
No, they're all liberal.
No, they're not.
The border counties in California are liberal.
No, they're not.
Hold on, let me see.
Not all of them.
Let me see.
There are some border counties that are conservative, and they're one of the first ones that said, we are not a sanctuary state, and they sued California. Those people were close to the border.
Look at this. I'm a screen share.
And they're all liberal.
Every single border county of California is liberal. It's blue, blue,
Well,
blue,
dang it.
blue, 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 blue. They may have said, you know what, we ain't gonna do this. That doesn't mean they're red. They're all blue.
Okay, well, whatever.
This electoral map is so
Thought they were.
beautiful. It's all red, just little sprinkles of blue here and there.
I thought they were a border county people.
There was one in particular that's really blue. That's probably Los Angeles. Is that where Los Angeles? No, that's not where it is. That's where San Diego is? I don't know. All border counties in Cali, Arizona, New Mexico. Not in New Mexico. This is Arizona, I think. Yeah, there's one border count. There's two border counties in Arizona that are kind of red. I'm looking at the electoral map. A couple in New Mexico as well. Interesting. But if you just look at the border counties, especially in Texas, they're all blue. Especially down the very, very tip of Texas, like where Brownsville is and stuff.
I can only imagine why that is.
I wonder. But yeah, let's change the subject really quick to Sarah Huckabee Sanders. She recently went to a restaurant and they kicked her out because she works for Trump. And the left was like, yeah, good on ya.
I saw an article that said that I think the owner of the restaurant or something like that, or just a worker, they said that they have gay servers and the servers felt uncomfortable.
Why would a gay person be uncomfortable serving Sarah Huckabee Sanders? Did she say something homophobic or whatever?
No.
Saying, I hate gay people, that's why I love working for Trump or something like that? Did she ever say that?
No.
Uncomfortable how? All she does is take questions from the media. All she does. And they kick her out.
And somebody please tell me, what homophobic thing has Donald Trump said?
Nothing. At all.
There has to be something that's kind of homophobic. What is it?
I don't know.
What did he say?
Let's Google it. What did Trump say that is homophobic? Donald Trump isn't gay and you're homophobic. Satire isn't funny. That's the first thing that comes up.
I'm sorry. If that was the first thing, then I don't think he said anything homophobic. But is there like a 10th or 11th response that kind of even sort of kind of homophobic?
I clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, I'm gonna figure this out. 21 most homophobic members of Trump's cabinet.
Oh Lord!
Is Trump homophobic?
X. We'll do research and talk about it next week.
This is from Quora. It says, is Trump homophobic? It's hard to say. As with everything he says, what he says about LGBT issues changes according to who he's talking to. When he's talking to LGBT groups, he says pro-gay. When he's talking to evangelical Christians, he's anti-gay. I'm not in favor of gay marriage. They should not be able to marry. I just don't feel good about it. I don't feel right about it. I'm against it. I'm opposed to gay marriage. That was in 2011. The amending of the Civil Rights Act would grant the same protection to gay people that would other Americans. It's only fair. I favor a very strong domestic partnership law that guarantees same-sex couples equal rights as married homosexual couples.
I mean, that's how I feel. There's nothing homophobic about that.
What happened to that?
I don't know. But I do not care if you get married. If you really do get married, you should have the same rights. I don't believe in gay marriage, but to each his own. Yeah. When you meet your maker, that's between you and him.
Yeah. Oh, there's comments all over the place. I'm sorry. Sorry, chat. F Machine Waters for advocating for that. S, she said more restaurants would do that. Democrats are unbearable. They are. And she did. Do your impression, JT, of Maxine Waters.
Sorry. Impeach 45! I'm pitch 45! I don't care! Impeach 45!
Her little mutton chop cheeks. Dude. Oh, I love that. Purple Monkey Dishwasher said, I left them a hilarious 1-star review of the restaurant that said the IWW is giving out communist propaganda in the washroom, and the menu said the Kulaks deserved it. The Kulaks, I'm sorry, the Kulaks deserved it. Let's see. Simon says he doesn't have anything to say, they just assume if you're conservative, it's part of the package. It's part of their ideology where all causes must be intersectional or some S. Intersectionality is so stupid, and I wish they wouldn't have made up the word.
If you have to make up something, I mean,
homophobic is a made up word for sure.
If you're constantly making up terms and giving them definitions, then you have absolutely no points and no argument.
Yeah. Here's a good point from Chris Gossi. He says Sarah Huckabee Sanders is so non-nonsense that she intimidates the gay waiters. You know, she tells it like it is. That intimidates some people.
We need
when the
more
truth,
people like that.
I know. When the truth is told, like if Trump was like Sarah Huckabee Sanders,
it would be so much better.
Oh, she says everything so eloquently, so to the point.
Right. It's to the point. It's precise. She does not waver. And after she's done speaking, you can go look it up and it'll say it right there exactly how Sarah said it.
Exactly.
If Donald Trump would just take a slither of a page from her book, it would be so much better. And then we could probably openly defend him. I remember, it was, a few days ago? I was at a gas station. I was trying to get some cash out of an ATM. And I told Sandra to hold on. Because I didn't want to be speaking conservatively in this part of the neighborhood, because I didn't want any issues. I just don't feel like it. It would be a lot easier if he had just a little bit more common sense, just a little bit. Then we could defend him just a little bit. But we're still in hiding because we don't want a mob to attack us or start heckling us or just shun us. I mean, it would be so much easier if he would just get off Twitter.
Yeah.
And just shut up. Just, you know what? It would be the best America birthday present if the 4th of July he just didn't get on Twitter. I mean, that would be the best birthday present.
Girl, ever. You know he is. Girl, you know he is. But let me say some things in chat real quick. Simon regarding being afraid of gays. It says, exactly, who's afraid of the gays? What are they going to do? Parade me to death?
I know, right?
I like that one. And then Purple Monkey Dishwasher says, Sarah Huckabee Sanders has a huge future in politics. And I hope and pray that she is maybe, if she can become the first president of the United States, that's a female.
First woman president.
Well, you know, that's a female. I would like that. She has my vote. Or her or Nikki Haley. I like them both.
Oh my gosh. Nikki Haley is my freaking hero.
Yeah, I like her a lot. Her. Man, if we
and she's a minority, so maybe she'll get the minority vote. If
we can get back-to-back Republican presidents, because, you know, whenever a president is elected during the midterms, the Democrats take over. And it's not looking to be like it's going to happen. So another first. If we can get 2 back-to-back Republican presidents, and one is a woman, and she's the first one, and then I would love to see Hillary's face when she becomes the first president. She's at home eating some bonbons and some how sweet it would be.
Her cankles.
Girl, she broke another hip or wrist, something going upstairs. I don't know what's going on with her. Lord bless her. Anyways, so they kicked out Sarah Huckabee Sanders from this restaurant. And the left is just like, yes, way to go. You exercised your rights of servicing whoever you wanted to.
You just proved us right.
Exactly. This is where they're like, yeah, this is great. What do you mean about some cake? Who cares about that? Look at this restaurant. What are you talking about, gay cakes? We don't need that right now. Look at them being so progressive and refusing service to a conservative. What, you mean Christian bakers don't have to make a cake? Nonsense! Look at this restaurant. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
They are so just no self-awareness
at
whatsoever.
all. But no, they are self-aware. They are self-aware, but they excuse their hypocrisy by saying it's not the same when it is exactly the same. That restaurant owner had every right to refuse service to Sarah Huckabee Sanders. They did.
And see how Sarah Huckabee Sanders said, "Okay, deuces," and she left.
Yeah, exactly. She didn't throw a fit. She didn't sue
and take them to court.
Yeah. Yeah, she didn't sue, didn't do nothing. She just said, all right, I'm out. Let me go eat somewhere else. I'm a rich person. You're not going to get my money.
Yeah.
So she just
you're
left.
Not going to get any conservatives' money in that area whatsoever.
I don't think they tripping because the liberal people will go out of their way to go to that place.
I know. But it would be even better if they had everybody going to their place. Capitalism is a beautiful thing, and this is going to hurt them in the long run.
It will.
Even if they just have a few bad months, and they're not going to be able to afford Christmas like they used to, it's going to hurt them.
Yeah.
They may still stay in business. You know, I don't want them to go out of business, but it's going to hurt.
Because every single person that is a conservative restaurant that has refused service to a gay person because of their religious beliefs has been sued.
Yeah.
I mean, the first cake people, the guy that just won, the pizza parlor place up in Pennsylvania, I think, they were all sued. This one, it's just like, okay, I'm gonna put out a tweet. I got some clout, I'm the press secretary, I'm gonna put out a tweet saying that these people denied me service, and they clowned her for that. They're like, oh, she had to complain about it and put a tweet about it. She didn't sue the place. I mean, that's like night and day here. So crazy, man. I can't. And then for them to excuse saying, well, discrimination, that's it, because they're gay. They're just homophobes. They hate gays. No, if that gay dude came up there and says, hey, I want to make a cake for my father. I want to make him a cake, and let's say his father is gay too. Maybe he thought he wasn't gay, had a wife, realized that he was gay, divorced her, and they're both gay. Gay dad and gay son. I want to make a birthday cake for my gay dad. That dude would have said, great. Made the cake. All good.
Prettiest happy birthday cake ever.
Exactly.
And he said that. He said, I'll make you another cake. I'll make the cake. Somebody else can decorate it for. I mean, he had all these other options, and they just would not.
They wouldn't take no for an answer, and then these people actively seek out conservative Christian or just Christian in general places so they can make a hubbub. Yeah,
because there's another cake baker. It was another cake baker. Her friend of 20 years or something like that. He knew about her religious beliefs. He asked her to make a cake for his gay wedding. They are friends. And he still sued his friend.
That ain't no friend. That's low. That's stupid. And then go ahead.
Steven Crowder made a video.
That video is so damning to the left, but it gets no clout because they know they're wrong. They don't. He went to so many Muslim bakers. He wanted a gay cake. They wouldn't do it.
They all kicked him out. All of them. Every single Muslim baker kicked him out.
Yep.
Because he's pretending to be gay. I mean, it's on the internet for everybody to see.
Everybody.
This happened years ago. Whenever the lawsuit first came out.
And people don't want to. They don't want to do that because they don't want to. They want to get in with the Muslim people. Why is it
The
that
Muslims are like a protected, special elite.
Why
Like,
is it that literally the
duper.
worst religion in the worst religion in the world gets so much protection, and we do not? We're Christians. We do
The
not
devil.
get protection. The devil
The
is
devil.
busy. Let me read chat. Okay. Nikki is my pick for nomination after Trump. She has my vote too. I hope she runs. Simon says, I think so long as the Dems double down on their socialist foolishness, we'll keep winning. I honestly think the next 3 presidential elections are ours. I don't know if I'm that confident, but I am hopeful. I'm hopeful.
I mean, literally, if they keep down this path, if Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, literally, I saw this on the news, so, and if it's true or not, I don't know, but they literally reached out to Hollywood to help them campaign for 2018.
Dude, and that worked for Hillary?
Seriously.
Did that work for Hillary? No.
Have y'all not learned anything?
They don't learn. They don't learn anything. They make the same. They are insane. When people say that liberalism or just leftism, whatever, is a mental disorder, they are correct. I have depression. I have mental issues, okay? But I got more sense to do that again. Nobody cares what celebrities have to say. They are rich. They can do whatever they want to. Whatever they want to.
Half of them, like, who's the dude that said, bring on the recession? I'm sorry if that hurts a couple of people, but if that's what has to happen to get rid of Trump, then so be it.
Oh, it was Bill Maher.
Yes, that's just about almost a direct quote, because I heard it, and it stained into my brain.
That is the craziest thing ever. Dude.
It's not just a recession, and people lose their job, and they're not able to pay for milk for, like, a few months. It's not just that. People kill themselves. People develop diseases, and diseases spread. It's a whole bunch of crap that happens during a recession.
Man, do you remember us working in collections? Oh my God, I will never go back to collections. Do you remember us working in collections and everyone was like, I'm behind because of the recession, and we didn't feel it because we were making good money. And we're like, what is with everyone talking about the recession? And then we finally got hit with the recession in 2011, 2012. We started to feel it. Yeah. We started to feel it. Yeah, it did.
Because, like, Texas was one of the last states that were affected by the recession. Like, up in Detroit and everywhere else, they hit it first and hard. Like, they were struggling. But Texas, we don't have state income tax. We're not taxed out the wazoo. We have all these natural resources, and we take advantage of them, and we're smart about it. So we didn't feel it until, like, 2011. And, man, when we saw those gas prices hit $4, and I'm trying to look up bus routes, and I was like, I don't know how I'm going to make it.
And the property taxes went up, too?
Oh, my goodness.
The property taxes here. I'm glad we don't have state tax, but and I'm not complaining that much. But property taxes here, maybe it's because I'm spoiled and we don't have that, those high taxes here that much. But man, they suck. They suck. Our mortgage went up so much.
Yeah.
But
and then it's like, just think about the people that still had those ARM loans.
Oh my! No, those were long gone. Those were foreclosed.
There were still some people that had some.
Oh, they must have had some massive though,
right now,
dude. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, Bush created this economy." No, Bill Clinton created that economy.
100% Clinton. That was 100%.
100%, man. He gave out so many. He encouraged all of these banks.
Said, "Hey, banks, give out every single loan. Give them to them. Don't check their credit. Don't check their income. Just give them mortgages. And if it backfires, I got you. I got you, man."
Yep.
That's exactly what he did.
Yep. The government-backed loans.
The bank said, we got an issue. And remember
after
Clinton
9/11,
I got you? Remember Clinton? You said you got us. And then Clinton was like, I don't remember that.
Well, because he was out of office by then. It was all up to
I
Bush.
know.
And then they're like, Bush shouldn't have bailed up the banks. We had to. We had to
Because
bail up the
Clinton
banks.
said, I promise, I got you.
Yep.
I mean, you can't go back on the promise.
Sure
That's the
can.
United States of
They
America
signed that
signature.
contract. They signed on the dotted line. And we backed them up. And we had to pay the price. And that housing bubble burst. When I tell you it burst, it was good for people who were, making good money. So we, at the time, whenever we were working our collections job, we had saved up it was so easy to save back then. We saved up $10,000 like that, for the down payment.
In no time. It was so crazy.
It was crazy, and now I can't even save $100. I can't. But anyways, so if you were making good money at the start of the recession and it didn't hit you, man, you could buy a house for so cheap. We bought our house for so cheap. It was 1,800 square feet, really big backyard, garage, brick house for $124,000. And now that house is worth over $200,000. We should have waited to sell our house. That's okay.
Yeah.
I won't dwell on it too much, but we could have made $100,000 off of that house.
I know.
Oh, can you imagine? Man, I would have spent it all.
Especially if we were trying to sell it right now.
Yeah.
When it's totally a seller's market.
Yeah.
Nobody is buying houses. Everybody is selling their house.
Yeah, I mean,
so it'll probably take longer to sell it.
I mean, I think
that has drawbacks too.
I mean, it's kind of hit and miss. I mean, because it's definitely a seller's market, but it's not a buyer's market. So maybe we did sell at the right time. Maybe we could have gotten stuck.
No, we need to sell it. We need to sell at a seller's market.
I know, but it's a seller's market. But the houses are going up so much that maybe people can't afford that. But I don't know. I mean, people are renting where I work for $3,000 a month, so maybe it's not an issue. I don't know. Texas just
There's
is
always
doing
somebody
good.
that can afford it.
Yeah, Texas is doing way too good.
Awesome.
Simon says, "Thank you for saying this. Nobody, even on the right, wants to admit that it was the government policy that allows subprime mortgages. Yes, it was started by Clinton. Clinton and his stupid self. I understand that the economy was doing good, but you don't try to mess up what was created, because the economy was banging in the 90s. Everyone was doing good.
Yeah, they call it the .com boom.
Yeah, and then it's like you have $1 million in your bank account, and you're like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to take $5,000 and have a 75% chance of winning in this gambling scheme. Oh, I have a STREAMLABS. Let me find it. Wait. What is it? Dang it. I'm too late. Dang it. I gotta go and open up the website. 1 second. I need to have that open all the time. Let's see if I can catch it. Oh, someone just subscribed. Hi, it's a Timmy the Hun. She subscribed to me. Thank you so much. Yeah, I have a new subscriber. Thank you so much for now, Missy.
If I was a millionaire,
yeah,
and I had $5,000 just to blow, and there was a 75% chance that I would make more money on top of that, yeah.
No, you had to put all your money in it. You had to put all of your money in it. Yeah.
Ma'am.
Exactly. That's what happened with Clinton and this whole I guess.
And I don't understand how people are so confused. It was literally called government-backed loans. What did you think was going to happen? It had the word government in it. It was government guaranteed.
What are you doing, Missy?
So I don't understand how people are like, just for the simple fact that people are saying, I'm so glad you're saying this, because nobody ever admits that it was the government's fault. I mean, the government was in the title. Yeah. I don't understand how it's so confusing. It's the government's fault. They shouldn't have did that. That was the stupidest thing anyone could ever done.
Yeah, because
literally the stupidest thing.
I don't understand why any bank would want to do that, because even if they are backed by the government is broke. Even if we did have a surplus at the time, the government has always known to be broke. Always. We had a surplus for a hot second, and then 9/11 happened, and we quickly got into a deficit.
Just a hot second. They make me sick.
Can you stop it, Missy?
So good. We were doing so good, and they just had to say "Death to America" and actually mean it. I mean, I'm so pissed.
They ruined everything, literally.
Pissed is a severely. It's just severely understated. Like, I want to say some things.
You can't. You as a Christian, and you don't want to let the devil win.
They make me so sick. Just think how different our lives would be now.
If we didn't have 9/11, I would be making a lot of money. I know that for sure. I would be making a lot of money. I wouldn't have to worry about, gas and getting my dog groomed and overdraft fees and stuff like that. Yeah, I would be fine. I know I would. I would be living in my own house. I would be fine. I know it. Because back in 2010, the economy, and all this other stuff, the wages went down a little bit because they couldn't afford to pay people. So that income that I had before, no longer. I can't get that again. I have to work my way up to get that again. They don't start off like that anymore. So hopefully this new job, y'all pray for me. I'm trying to get a new job, so please pray for me. Timmy the Hun says Clinton had already used some chicanery to create the optic of a good economy. That's a good point. He did finagle some things because the Clintons are synonymous for lying to the public. So it wouldn't surprise me if he had something up his sleeve to make the economy look better than it was. It wasn't all the .com boom. It was some other shady business going on. But back to Sarah Huckabee Sanders. We changed the subject quite a bit from that.
That's okay.
I forgot what we were saying about it. Besides, the leftist hypocrites regarding the cakes and what they did to her. Oh yeah. Let me tell you. Yeah, regarding Sarah Huckabee Sanders and the gay wedding cake or whatever, it's not. I mean, it is the same thing. Yeah, one person felt that they didn't like legal right. However, the gay wedding cake maker, it's nothing against gays that he doesn't hate gays or anything like that. He says, what? I simply just do not believe in it. In the Bible, it says it's a sin, so I refuse to make the cake. It is against my morals. That's totally within his right as well. So, for the left to say that it's not the same thing, one is bigotry and one is taking a stand against bigotry or whatever they want to say. I don't know.
You know what they're saying?
It's dishonest.
They're saying that sexual orientation is one of those protected classes.
And it technically is now. It technically is. But you know what they should add to it? They really should add political affiliation to that because it's gotten this bad.
Yeah. It's going to happen. And when it does, man, the left is going to go crazy.
They really are. They really are.
They will go crazy.
They will be like, this is not fair. How could you do this? Blah, 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 blah. Because they have a loophole to discriminate against people. Because it's been happening.
So now when they dox an ICE agent and actually show up to their house, that's now going to be demonstration. It's going to be a hate crime, yeah.
Dude. Yeah.
They needed to do this like yesterday.
They really did because, like, the dude from Google, the Google guy, James Darramore, he got fired because he was like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't focus on skin color. Maybe we should focus on how a person works and, their strengths and their weaknesses, da-da-da-da. They're like, nope, we're firing you for that. That's something that he needs to sue Google for. I think he is. Because I think in California, it depends on the state. It depends on if it's discriminating against someone politically. It depends on the state, and in Texas, it's not It's not. You can discriminate against someone politically and it'll be okay. Like, they don't have that in there. But California does. Okay. Only 5 states do.
Okay, Governor Abbott, I'm going to need you to get on that.
Yeah, and no, just make it on a federal level. Put it against, the whole,
really that term.
What?
Oh, let the federal government handle it.
But it should be federal law. It should be,
It just gives me the chills, because they never get anything done. It will never get
It should be done. A protected class. It should be in the whole E-Verify thing. Equal opportunity employment thing. Equal opportunity employment, all across the board, loaning practices, all of that. It's just like, if I wanted to get a freaking loan at Bank of America, which is a lefty establishment, donating to Planned Parenthood and all that.
I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not going to get done.
We got someone in office that is getting stuff done. Maybe it can happen. Who knows?
It's not up to him. And you know what? I've been thinking about this. And I wanted to make this point at work, but I know better. I wanted to make this point so bad. I will never. They are saying that Trump is going to destroy this country and just all these bad things that Trump is going to do. And I'm like, if you say that, then you have absolutely no faith in the country, because we have 2 other branches that will stop it from ever happening if it goes that far. I don't understand how people are so hysterical about how Trump is going to destroy everything unless you just have no faith in the government as a whole, like the whole thing. But then if it's the whole thing, you don't have faith in it, then it's not just Trump's fault. Because if Trump says, you know what, let's just go send nukes to everybody, send it to Central America, send it to Canada, because I just don't like Trudeau and his eyebrow already fell off, so let's just go ahead and send that there, and just nuke everybody so the USA is the only thing that's left standing, and then we won't have any more problems. Let's just say he says that. He goes crazy. He says that. Guess what?
You're going to be affected. Everyone's going to be affected.
The other two branches are going to say, no.
I knew that, but
the president doesn't have the last say. When they make a law, everybody has to agree to it. And
what's that Schoolhouse Rock thing? I'm just a bill. Yes,
there you go.
I forget how it goes, but it has to go through the Congress and the Senate and all this other.
All 3, all 3 of them got to touch on this.
The legislation and the executive and the judicial, all 3 have to come together, and the president is only part of the executive. He is not all of them. So
I wanted to make that point when I was at work. And I was like, do you not remember high school? I know it was a long time for you, but I mean, you should know this. You have to remember how the government works, at least.
Mm-hmm.
So, if all y'all that were scared that Trump was going to go into a nuclear war with everybody.
Dude, and why in the world would he do that? Like, what benefit does it do to him to have a nuclear war with anyone? Like, people are so, scaremongering. Oh, he's going to be in with North Korea and da-da-da-da. Oh, and let's talk about North Korea right quick. We're going to talk about North Korea because we didn't get a chance to last week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think there was a bunch of hoopla about whenever Trump saluted that guy. Remember? The general?
Yeah, there was. There's hoopla over everything, so.
Because, okay, I can understand, because everyone is like, well, whenever Barack Obama did the right, we're like, oh my God, but whenever Trump does it, they're like, it's different. But here's the thing, it is different, okay? Whenever Barack Obama went to Japan and Saudi Arabia, it used to be the norm and courtesy to bow whenever you meet someone in Japan. They have become westernized. They don't really do that anymore. So whenever...
For him not to know that was kind of ignorant.
Yeah, it was ignorant, but I can understand it. So he did it, and I was like, oh gosh, how embarrassing, cringe, crawl up into a little ball on behalf of America. But then he went to Saudi Arabia. It is not customary whatsoever to bow in Saudi Arabia. Why in the heck did he bow? They didn't even bow back.
For him to do that was beyond ignorant.
It was beyond ignorant, and it showed how... I want to cuss. He's a little wuss. He's a little wuss, okay?
Oh,
he's
a little wuss. His foreign policy is so much better.
Oh, no.
Like, you don't even know to shake hands or bow.
How do you not know that? Ain't no president ever come into office and go on an apology tour.
I know.
Ain't no president ever do that, except for him. What are you apologizing for?
Wait, he's apologizing that we gave them all this money. We are the world police. Our troops have died for their countries, trying to protect them. I mean,
I don't care what we did. We could
blah 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 blah. But we are sorry.
I don't care what we did. God forbid we do the worst things, and we have done bad things. Okay, but I ain't gonna apologize for it. Okay, I made the decision. I'm gonna live up to it. I'm not apologizing for anything, and people need to take this. Especially if you become a famous person or something like that.
Oh, please.
Roseanne shouldn't have apologized. Jimmy Fallon shouldn't have.
Heard this crap.
Yeah. Yeah, he messed up his hair and he had to apologize for it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That
don't
deserve no apology.
It doesn't.
First of all, he's a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
He was a presidential candidate, and it was freaking hilarious.
It was.
That was the best moment of Donald Trump, like,
if I could just like sidebar for how does he get his hair like that and it be real?
It's so nice, honestly. I remember he was at one of his crazy rallies where he just repeats himself over and over again. Mm-hmm. And he said, "Oh my gosh, y'all have no idea. I worked so hard to get this." And he's like, he turned around, he shows his bald spot, he's like trying to do his hair. I was like, that was the funniest thing ever. He's like, I work hard.
So he's got the perfect comb over, I guess.
Oh my goodness.
That hair is wild. Yeah, that hair is wild. But anyways, yeah. So whenever Trump saluted this this general from North Korea, Trump took out his hand to shake it, but the dude was saluting, and Trump was like, "Oh, okay, well, I'm gonna salute you," and then he shook his hand. I don't see how that is. I mean, it's not a good look. But it's not as bad, okay?
Yeah, it's bowing.
Yeah, it's bowing. To Saudi freaking Arabia.
They're not even just...
The only reason why we cozy up to Saudi Arabia is because they sell us oil. That's it. We like only 10% of our oil comes from Saudi Arabia. And no, we don't steal it. I don't care. All these comments on these old videos say we don't steal oil from freaking Middle East, okay? We buy it with our money. We get most of our oil from Canada and south of the border, Mexico and Guatemala and stuff like that. All that. But anyways, and I love Ben Shapiro. I agree with him on a bunch of stuff, but he's like, this is not good. We shouldn't be cozying up to North Korea. We shouldn't, and Trump's language is totally off base. He shouldn't be praising North Korea like, oh, Kim Jong-un took over a country at 26. That takes guts and stuff. Like, shut up, Trump, okay? Like, shut up. But still, I can understand like where he's coming from. He's trying to butter them up because that's how he does business. You can't run everything like a business, Trump. Okay? You can't be giving him compliments and then, get what you want. Alright? And he, maybe Kim Jong-un is that immature to where that might work, but I really don't think so. So I think what Trump is doing is good. It's just that his language and his rhetoric is really bad and it's off base for sure. But I don't think it's a negative thing like Ben Shapiro thinks. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, whatever he does is never going to be good enough. But as long as he gets the job done, He can go and wash his feet. I don't give a crap. Just get it done. Get it done.
Yeah. If we can denuclearize, I can never say that word, North Korea by washing somebody's feet, I'll call that a win.
Thank you. And then what I don't understand, why did everybody say, oh, it's a win for North Korea because now they have propaganda? Okay, and let's just think about this for a second. Okay, so his sister is the head of the propaganda or whatever, okay?
Modern day Goebbels.
So they now have propaganda. Let's just say Trump gave them a lot. The salute, the handshake, the flags next to each other, the whole bit. And now they have propaganda. Let me make this so clear. Who cares?
Don't be scared, girl. Yeah, I mean, literally, who cares? They're always going to have propaganda
distributed to his starving nation. How does that change anything?
It doesn't.
Doesn't make a lick of difference if they have pictures of Kim Jong-un standing over Donald Trump. It makes no difference. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people have found a way to get internet, and they know better. They know that they did not win the World Cup. They know.
I know they know, but they have to pretend they don't know. There's a lot of people who really don't know, but there's
a whole bunch of people that don't know. But even if it doesn't matter if they have propaganda floating around North Korea. It's North Korea. It doesn't matter.
And
what is that going to do to the United States of America that North Korea has propaganda on us? It doesn't do anything.
It really doesn't.
Absolutely nothing.
All they do, this is how they get them. You know, they teach their children, you know, real young, you know, in North Korea to be brainwashed and whatever. But, you know, as soon as you grow up, you start thinking for yourself. It's inevitable. It will happen to everyone. And yet you only act out of fear because they literally control you. So you can think for yourself. You know deep down inside that Kim Jong-un is a evil dictator who starves his people. And there's like reminders everywhere of who's in power. There's statues everywhere of Kim Jong-un and Kim Jong-il and Kim Jong-sun, whatever, you know, the three generations of the people ever since this whole conflict happened. There are reminders everywhere. I saw a documentary not that long ago about North Korea, and it was like a little bitty glimpse of what it's like to live in North Korea. Everything is controlled. There was a person cleaning rocks, JT, in a museum. Cleaning rocks. And they told her to go away because, you know, you make this look poor. So, you know, we gotta put you over there so the tourists don't see you. And then they kind of snuck off at one part, and these people were collecting sea kelp from the beach. That was their food. Just seaweed and sea kelp and stuff. I said kelp, it's really seaweed. They were gonna eat seaweed. That's all they can eat. They don't ever eat meat. And then you know what bothers me? There's people starving, and Kim Jong-un is so fat. It gets on my nerves.
That's how dictatorship works.
Yeah, I hate it.
Every last one of them have been fat.
Eating all the food.
Can you think of a dictator that has been skinny?
Che Guevara, Fidel Castro.
Okay, I stand corrected.
Yes, you do.
But they ate better than everybody.
Of course they did.
They had muscles, kind of.
Okay. And, if I could change the subject again. Why does everyone treat Che Guevara like he was some hero?
I think they were dropped on the head.
Che Guevara was a huge racist. Che Guevara hated gays. Che Guevara killed people for no reason, just because, you know, they opposed his ideas. And yet he's a freedom fighter. What type of freedom? And yeah, Mao Zedong was skinny too. Yeah, you're right. Che Guevara is like, I don't. It's like literally praising Hitler before he gained a lot of power. It's like, oh, Hitler wasn't so bad, except that time, before he killed the 6 million Jews. I mean, that's bad, but before then he was okay. Like that's just like the same thing. He's on shirts. People think like he was this like, like the leader of the rebellion, like in Star Wars or something. Like no, he was a communist scumbag, and he hated blacks and gays. So what are you talking about? Why is he on shirts all the time?
I would love to see a gay person not know that and wear one of those shirts. That would be the funniest thing. I would take so many pictures. I'm like, oh, I love your shirt. Can I take a selfie?
Girl.
I would. I would
put them on blast.
Mess with him. Oh my God. People are so ignorant.
Yeah, they are. They really are.
But wouldn't that be funny? Like just someone who's maybe like someone that's kind of famous who's openly gay wearing a Che Guevara t-shirt.
I'm sure there is. Now you got me curious.
Man.
Gay person wearing Che Guevara shirt. I hope I spelled it right. Let's see if I did.
No.
Google's gonna be, did you mean? I did it.
Congratulations.
Images. I don't know. These people could be gay. Freaking Shia LaBeouf wore one. He could be gay.
Of course he did. He's not weird.
Oh, that West Point dude. I remember that. This dude who was an academy. He graduated from West Point. He wore a Che Guevara shirt under his uniform, and in his hat it says "Communism will rise."
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I do not want you in my military.
Yeah, they kicked him out.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
are you sure they did?
I'm pretty sure.
Wait, so he graduated from West Point?
Yep.
And just got kicked out.
Well, I mean, yeah, basically.
Wow.
A quote from Che Guevara says, "The Negro is indolent and lazy and spends his money on frivolities, whereas European is forward-looking, organized, and intelligent." That's what he thought of black people.
I'm pretty sure black people gave him some ammunition for that.
Unfortunately. But I can't find like a single gay person that I know. This person looks stupid gay. But he probably doesn't know. I don't know if he's gay or not. But yeah, I don't understand Che Guevara people wearing these. Someone's wearing a Steven Crowder shirt. Socialism is for fags.
Who is?
Some dude. I don't know. He's wearing the Steven Crowder shirt. Socialism is for figs. That one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's wearing that.
But who is wearing it? I didn't hear.
Some dude. I don't know. I'm in Google Images.
Oh.
Some dude. Freaking Kaepernick is wearing a Che Guevara shirt.
Of course he is.
He's black. Oh, Black Lives Matter. Let me wear a Che Guevara shirt. Look at this cosplay. Hold on. This is funny. Wait, let me do a screen share. Do it. Look at this cosplay. Oh, I wish you could see it. Oh, let me
I have to go in Discord.
Yeah, let me copy it. Copy image. Dude, that's hilarious. That's spot on. That's freaking funny.
OMG. That is funny.
Aircraft Sparky, are you chilling in my chat? That's fine. You can do that. Love you. Mwah. Yeah, let me turn that off. That's pretty funny. I like that. Go back to it. That's the shirt I just designed. Oh yeah, I remember that shirt. Teespring.com. Aircraft Sparky. Just say no to communism. He made Che Guevara look gay. Let me put this in the chat.
Which chat are you in?
I mean, I'm gonna put it in general. It's already in chat, but this is the shirt that Aircraft Sparky made.
Where's the chat everybody else is in?
YouTube chat. I can put. No, I can't put that link in there. That would be awful. No, you just have to go to my watch page.
Oh, on YouTube? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Noob. This podcast is about to end, so, I mean, it's almost over. I've run out of things to say.
No.
Yeah, and I'm hungry. I have to fix food.
I need to clean up. Yep.
So, now if you don't have anything else to add, I mean, do you have anything else to add?
No.
Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I hope you have a fantastic night. Be back here next week. It may be late, it may be early, who knows? It may not even happen. But hopefully
No, it's going to be at 7 o'clock. Dang it.
7 o'clock? It's at 7:30. 7:30.
No. We start at 7 o'clock, don't we?
No, we start at 7:30. Let me go to my announcement. Maybe at 7. I don't know, but we can do 7. I don't know, but I usually do 7:30. Anyways, you guys have a great day, night. If you have to go to work tomorrow, Godspeed. And I will go. I know. But hopefully I can get a new job soon. That would be fantastic. Anyways, have a great day, guys. I'll go do the same. Bye.
Bye.